Are you feeling like you want to become a mom, but you're encountering a lot of negative responses around you? Well, I feel like nowadays becoming a mom gets a lot of bad press. As a mom of 3, I want to bring some good press to you. It's funny because I feel like when people say they want to start a business, everyone around them is like, whoa, yeah, go for it. Like, you got it. Like, you're powerful. You can do this. But when people talk about becoming a mom, it's like, whoa, you're going to be so tired. It's so expensive. You're just going to be exhausted all the time. I'm never going to see you anymore. And it can just be a lot of like negative energy around you. But literally starting a business are many of these same things. They are time consuming. They are expensive. They are exhausting. And that's okay. That's going to create something out of you to go for it. But the comparison is kind of weird sometimes. It can be this drive, even with all that bad press. We have this desire to become a mom. It's kind of scratching open that surface. Why? What is that inner drive? What is that longing? I think it's a lot of things. There is a physicality. It's in our anthropology. It can be a deep inner drive, but I think also we suspect that there's something going to be transformational that it's going to bring. We don't start out as this shiny, perfect mom. We just don't. We start out as selfish, as undisciplined, as messy, as uncaring. We're terrible cooks. We're awful nurses. We're obsessed with ourselves. It's okay. We're just a normal person. That's how we all start out. I have experienced that in motherhood. Being a mom, it can be like a school of love. It's here in that process that you're going to learn these things. How to be caring, how to be unselfish, how to give of yourself freely. It's going to come day by day. You're going to be asked to love your kid day and night. In sickness and in health, when you feel like it and when you don't. But this demand, this constant giving, where those lessons are found and learned and taken in, and they become your own, and you become freer, you become happier. What I didn't realize before, and I can see it clearly now, is that I thought I was doing all the loving. I was feeding and clothing and doing. But until I had a kid, I didn't realize how much love even just this tiny baby could give to me. And I felt it with our first kid. I remember it clearly. I was breastfeeding my kid. For whatever reason, that was the moment. Instead of all focused on the love I was giving her, I could feel the love that she was giving me, and she was giving it with her whole heart, and it just penetrated. It was like love covering me, and it wasn't for what I'd done, it wasn't for how much money I had, and it wasn't for my physical attributes. It was like this pure thing. It moved me deeply. It changed me. This love going inside of me made me love myself more. I was in touch with the self-worth. It was transformational. That was one moment. Did I have those moments constantly? No, but there was a lot of them. By slowing down and by being open to my kids' love, I truly tapped into something so deep. And it's these relationships you're going to build with your kid or kids. They're gonna last a lifetime. And it's something that money cannot buy. They tap into this deep meaning in life. I feel like nowadays meaning can be kind of a tricky thing. Where is it found? How do I tap into it? For me, one deep way was in this act of mothering and loving. The meaning, it broke through whether I did this, and this for you, you did this for me. It was taking that off the shelf. It was being open to love, to my kids' love, to my partner, husband's love, to my neighbor's love. It was like breaking down the doors of love. And I was more a part of it. I mean, sometimes I just felt like that love of just like having the baby on my physical body, this heartbeat, this sensual thing was like loving my body. It wasn't just a mental thing or a feeling thing. It was like whole body, was all of it. It's incredible. I would like to give a little pushback to people that like to talk a lot about how expensive being a mom is and having a kid is. I mean, I would just like to ask them, what did you do with all the money you so-called saved from not having a kid? Did you invest it in real estate, in the stock market? Do you have your safe 6 months income put aside for that rainy day? All great things, all awesome things. But what I see is a lot of times people that don't have kids, like they just spend their money elsewhere. I mean, they buy expensive, really cool cars, or they throw all their money into their dogs, or they just have like really expensive hobbies. Don't get me wrong, nice things, they're nice. Totally. But then don't give me or people around me all this talk about how expensive kids are when maybe it's just a choice of spending money here or there. Just to have that even ground in that conversation. Now, I didn't grow up with a lot of money. I grew up in a working class neighborhood in a city. There were a lot of just working class families around us who had a lot of kids, and I had a great childhood. We would play on the streets or maybe at a local park. We played a lot of simple games with simple toys, but we had a lot of friends and we had a lot of fun. So maybe I have the advantage of just having a little more trust that having kids, we're gonna figure it out, even when money might be tight, might be tough. Planning for your future is great, but sometimes it can just be overwhelming when things are too far away to plan for. It reminds me of when I was in the hospital after having given birth to my second child. Somebody came in with some paperwork about caring for your babies and breastfeeding and good stuff. There was also paperwork about starting a fund to save for my kids' college education. And I was like, are you kidding me? I mean, I just gave birth. First things first. I need to figure out how to be a mom to 2 kids and get to know this kid and get to know the new family dynamic. In time, I will consider, together with my partner and with my kids, first of all, if my kid even wants to go to college, and then also like, how are we going to afford it? How are we gonna pull it off? I feel like it's the same in business. If you have this list of things, you've got to accomplish all of them, and in 20 years' time, you've got to do this too. How are you ever gonna start? It's just too much, and it's too far away. With college now, like we don't even know what things are gonna be like in 18 years. It's okay to wait, postpone, put off what we can't handle what we can handle and should handle. This kid in front of us, this moment, this choice. I just want to encourage you, maybe pause. Those voices outside of you and maybe those voices inside of you that just want to sabotage that desire, that longing, that dream. Soften them. And I want to remind you that being a mother is also awesome. It is literally the most incredible thing I've been through in my life. To be honest, I didn't know that. Even though I had a super cool mom, she loved the heck out of me. I didn't know all the things on the other side of that relationship. They're incredible. They're amazing. First of all, I laugh way more now because of kids. Because kids are funny. They are funny looking. They do funny things with their bodies. They say funny things. I see people scrolling on their phones looking at babies doing the most adorable things. And I do it too. But when you have your kid, that kid's gonna be right in front of you doing it. And you're gonna be laughing. You're gonna find your way to laughter. It's gonna be great. Also, I've learned not to sweat the small stuff as much through mothering. With the barrage of all the things to do as a mom, I realized there's only so much I can control, and it's way less than when I first started out. And guess what? That is the good news. The good news is you can be a human being. You can let your kid be a human being. You don't have to sweat all the crazy stuff. You do not have to turn into a boring person as a mom. You don't have to turn into an uninteresting person as a mom. You don't have to turn into something you don't want to turn into. You will find your way to be more the person you want to be. Freer, more lighthearted, happier. There's a way. This is a school of love. You're gonna learn. Now, you could say to me, I know moms that don't seem to have learned those lessons. Yeah, that's true. I know moms like that too. I also know failure business owners who didn't use the opportunity to learn the lesson that came their way. So it's not automatic for sure, but it is a tremendous opportunity. You're watching this because you want to be a mom, you are a mom, you know someone that wants to be a mom. And that's what I'm talking to. I'm not convincing anybody that doesn't want to be. I'm just reaching out to the people that want to. I want to bring you some good press. Being a mom is awesome. I wouldn't trade my life for anything. I wouldn't pick another path. It's great. It's awesome. You will discover things you just didn't know before. And it's so cool in this school. So I wish you all the best. Hang in there. You got this.